Have you ever wondered why your sleep starts to suffer in your 40s? Your body's hormones and natural thermostat might be the reason you're wide awake at 3 a.m., staring at the ceiling, wondering why you can't sleep. It's not just stress, it's science.
That's such a relatable scenario, especially for women. It's fascinating how something as simple as body temperature, which we don't even think about most of the time, can completely derail a good night's sleep. But it's not just temperature, right? There's a whole hormonal story playing behind the scenes.
Exactly. Welcome to Sleep Signals, a podcast from Nightfall Sleep Radio. Today we're diving into the story behind sleep disturbances during perimenopause. For women in their late 40s and early 50s, this isn't just about a random bad night or too much caffeine. It's about hormones, specifically the way they shift during perimenopause. It's like your body is rewriting the rules of sleep, and you can learn to ride the wave.
So let's dive into that. I haven't researched this very much, but I've heard our sleep cycles change alongside our hormones during middle age. What actually happens with these hormones that causes so many women to wake up in the middle of the night?
Well, let's start with progesterone. Most people think of it as just a reproductive hormone, but it's actually a natural sedative for your nervous system. It helps you relax and stay asleep. But during perimenopause, progesterone levels start to decline. Sometimes that decline starts years before your last period. And when that happens, you might find yourself waking up more easily and feeling less rested overall.
That's so interesting. I had no idea progesterone played a role in sleep. But it's not just progesterone, right? Estrogen is also part of the equation.
Yes, absolutely. Estrogen is another key player. It helps regulate your body temperature and supports serotonin production, which is crucial for your sleep-wake cycle. But during perimenopause, estrogen levels can fluctuate wildly. When that happens, your body's internal thermostat can also fluctuate quite a bit. Even a slight rise in core body temperature during the night can pull you out of a deep sleep. And guess what time that usually happens? Around 3 a.m.
Of course it does, because why wouldn't it? And then I know there's cortisol, the stress hormone. I've read that it becomes more reactive during the perimenopausal hormonal transition, which sounds like a recipe for even more sleepless nights.
You're spot on. Cortisol is supposed to rise naturally a few hours before you wake up. That's a natural part of what helps you feel alert in the morning. But during perimenopause, that early morning cortisol rise can spike earlier than it should. So your nervous system sounds the alarm in the middle of the night, even though there's nothing actually wrong. It's like your body is on high alert for no reason.
Interesting, but there actually is a reason, right? It's a normal spike that's hitting too early. That can be so frustrating. You're lying there, your heart's racing, your mind's going a mile a minute, and you're sweating through your sheets. It can feel like insomnia mixed with a panic attack, but it's not quite the same thing, is it?
No, it's not traditional insomnia, and it's not really a panic attack either. It's more like a collision of your natural sleep cycle with the body's hormonal shifts. The second half of the night is when we naturally enter lighter sleep. There's more REM sleep and less deep sleep. You're already in a more wake-prone state at that hour. And when you add in fluctuating hormones, waking up in the middle of the night feels almost inevitable.
And let's not forget about blood sugar. I didn't realize how much of a role that can play too. Estrogen supports your insulin sensitivity, so when estrogen levels drop, your overnight glucose can become less stable. It's not uncommon for women to experience a blood sugar dip in the early morning hours. That drop triggers adrenaline and cortisol, which again wakes you up.
It's almost like a perfect storm, isn't it? Hormonal fluctuations, lighter sleep cycles, blood sugar dips. They all converge around 3 to 4 a.m. But here's some hope. Just because it's common doesn't mean you have to accept it as your new normal. there are steps you can take to improve your sleep.
That's the part I love. We have hope. So let's talk about those steps. What can people do to support better sleep during this phase of life?
First, it's important to support your nervous system before bed. Magnesium can be a game changer for many women navigating perimenopause. It helps with muscle relaxation, calms the nervous system, and can even make you less sensitive to cortisol. Taking an optimized magnesium blend about 30 to 60 minutes before bed can really help. There's research to back this up, and you can read the full article in the link in the show notes.
I've heard good things about magnesium, especially a blend of different types formulated specifically for sleep. Another tip I've found helpful is cooling the sleep environment. Keeping your bedroom between 65 and 68 degrees Fahrenheit can make a big difference, especially if you're dealing with hot flashes or night sweats.
Yes, and if you're struggling with body temperature regulation, a cooling mattress topper and pillow can be a lifesaver. They help keep your body temperature steady throughout the night, which can prevent those wake-ups from hot flashes or overheating. There are even special mattress cooling systems if you really want a crisp, cool bed all night.
You know, another thing that's been helpful for me is tracking my sleep patterns. Wearables like the Oura Ring or Whoop can give you insights into your sleep quality, your cycle, and those nighttime wake-ups. When you can see the patterns, it feels less random and more manageable. There are even over-the-counter glucose monitors that you can wear for 2 weeks to see if your blood sugar is correlated to your wake-up times.
Absolutely. Knowledge is power, and once you know what's triggering your wake-ups, you can find ways to counteract them. And perhaps most importantly, remember that this isn't a permanent situation. Waking up at 3 a.m. during perimenopause is your body in transition. With the right support, restful nights are still possible.
That's such an important reminder. It's easy to feel like this is just how it's going to be from now on, but it's not. Your body is adapting to a new phase of life, and you can adapt with it.
Exactly. Small, consistent observations and changes can make a big difference over time. And if you're feeling stuck, reach out to a healthcare professional who understands the hormonal shifts of perimenopause. There are many tools and resources available to help you through this.
So, just to recap, you can support your nervous system with magnesium, cool your sleep environment, track your sleep patterns to notice trends, and remember that this is just a phase. It's not forever. Restful nights are still within reach.
That's right. And for anyone listening who's been struggling with those 3 a.m. wake-ups, we hope this conversation gives you some clarity and some hope. You're not alone in this, and there are steps you can take to feel better. If your partner is dealing with these issues, share this podcast and the article in the show description for more information.
Thanks for breaking it all down with me. I feel like these hormonal sleep patterns are much more understandable now.
Absolutely. If you wake up at 3 a.m., just know you've got tools to help you through it. Thank you for listening. And for all of us at Nightfall Sleep Radio, sleep well. And visit nightfallsleepradio.com for more sleep tips.